Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. Today I'm going to show you how to make a fun charm bracelet. It's very affordable too because you get to make pretty much all of your own little charms yourself. I'm using these little thin kind of credit card blank pieces from our sponsor, Craft Chameleon, formerly Punch Place Plus, and these cute little credit card sized dies. So these are really neat, and the owner of Craft Chameleon actually made some really cute charm bracelets, cutting up old like gift cards using these little dies, and I thought that was adorable. But these little pieces are perfect. They're a little bit thinner too if you want something a little bit lighter. And I'm using the white little clean thin films, and I'll put a link in the video description to these because they cut so beautifully and they're going to be so light and pretty on our charm bracelet. So then what I did is I just arranged these in order, and I'm using my markers to color them. And it's a really simple technique. What you want to do is any Sharpies, any alcohol markers, Copics, Pro markers, whatever you have are going to work just fine. You want to first color it with one color, and then go with a color that's fairly close to it and dab, and then you'll get this really neat texture on there. Let me use a different color that will show up a little bit better. You get a really cool texture as the inks blend around, and you can do several layers if you want to. I find the thicker end of the markers work a little bit better. And you just keep dabbing on colors until you get the mottled look that you want. And you can even go back, like I'll show you on this one. After the inks dry a little bit, you can go in and dab more. And if they're too dark, you can just dab them with like your regular rubbing alcohol, and it will spread out the ink and give it that cool effect. And you can of course do whatever colors you want. I've already prepared a bunch of these, and I went in kind of rainbow order because I thought it'd be fun to do kind of like a rainbow charm bracelet. And then I just used some lightweight faceted plastic beads for my charms, and you could use glass beads if you wanted to. I just wanted to keep this super light. So to make our little charms, what we're going to do is take an eye pin or a head pin, and I'm using an eye pin instead of a head pin just because the holes on these beads tend to be a little bit large, and if you are using plastic beads, that's the case a lot of the time. And then you just want to give it a bend here. It's a very affordable and lightweight, which is nice. And then I'm going to give this a clip. I'm going to clip this head pin about 1/4 inch away from the bend I just made. And that's going to give me just the right amount of space to curl up a simple loop. Okay, so I'm going to grab that wire right at the end and just twirl it right up so I've got a nice little loop there. And I did 2 for every one of these charms. Now I'm going to attach the charms with these oval jump rings, and let me show you the advantage of these oval jump rings, and I'll link these in the video description as well. Since the split on these is on the side, when your charm is generally hanging from your chain, which I have here in just a little helping hands tool, you've got this, the top part of your oval is going to be on the chain, and the bottom part of your oval is going to be on your charm. So the little charm is not going to slide through that slit in the side because it's going to want to hang from the bottom. And that's usually what happens with circle jump rings, is that they'll slide off the chain, or the charm will slide off of them because that slit always seems to want to catch right on the, you know, the weight bearing point. So you don't have to worry about that with the oval charms. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab 2 pliers and open up my jump ring just by twisting. Never by opening up like a U. You just want to twist it. And then I'm going to grab the first charm in my sequence, which is kind of like pinkish red, pinkish purplish color. And then I'm going to put this onto my bracelet here, and I just took a 7-inch piece of chain, which is pretty standard for a bracelet, and I put it in my helping hands tool. And then, and this could be very difficult to see, and I apologize, I'm simply just grabbing the loop, the oval jump ring on either side of the split where it's open, and I'm going to twist it back. And hopefully I can do this while keeping it all on camera. There we go. So now we have 1 jump ring on, and you're going to do that for every one. And I recommend going through and kind of spacing it out, figuring out how many, however long your bracelet is. Everyone's would be a little bit different because we all have different sized hands, but I think probably I'll put them probably 3 or 4 links apart for the size bracelet. And you can go ahead and open all of your jump rings first, and that might make it a little bit easier for you, so you kind of have it assembly line style. I will say these are the oval rings hold better. They are they take a little bit of getting used to if you're used to using circle rings, I find anyway. So go ahead and put all of your little charms on there. Okay, I got the charms on, and I spaced them about 3 links apart because I wanted to have room for my my beads here. And these are super easy to put on. They're actually easier than the charms, which can be a little unwieldy. So if you had difficulty with that, that's completely normal. It is a little unwieldy to get those little charms on there. So what you want to do here is open up either end of the eye pin, either the loop that you made or the other loop. It doesn't matter. I would try to keep it the same each way, just because you probably make your loops a little bit different than the loops that come on them, and just, you know, open them up, latch them on, and close them up, and that's all you have to do all the way across with all of your beads. And here our bracelet is all done. It's got great movement. In fact, I recommend kind of shaking it around and making sure that all your connections are really good before you wear it or give it away, because you wouldn't want to lose any of these charms and have to remake them, and you might forget what color markers you used. So I would recommend doing that before you put it on. And then what I have for a clasp here is I just took a simple lobster clasp, because I was working on chain from a spool, so it didn't have a clasp on it, so I just put just a simple lobster clasp on the end with a jump ring, and then you just hook it to the first round in the chain to close it, and there you have it. It's all set. Pretty easy. It did take a little time to you know, to put all your charms on, but all in all, it's a nice afternoon project and a lot of fun. I hope you take a moment to check out our sponsor, Craft Chameleon, formerly Punch Place Plus, and don't forget to hop on over to my blog, link in the video description, and sign up to win a bracelet making kit so you can make these fun bracelets yourself with these cute dies and either these little thin plastic sheets or plastic packaging that you have around the house. It's a great way to recycle, and it's a lot of fun that you can do with the kids. Kids could definitely do the coloring with your permanent markers, even if they're not old enough to manage the tools and open and close the jump rings. It's a really great project that you can do together, and even like sell some for charities. It would be great to make little bracelets or earrings for you know, for animal shelter, or you know, any sort of goal project they might have that they're working on. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And until next time, happy crafting.